Hello friends, I am Dr. Madhukar Jadhav. In unit number 3, we have studied regarding biological treatment or secondary treatment. In that, we have studied regarding activated sludge process and trickling filter in detail. Today, I am going to start with 4th unit, that is low cost treatment. In this unit, we are going to study regarding oxidation pond, then aerated lagoons, then phytoremediation technique and root zone technique. In this lecture, we are going to start regarding the oxidation pond. So in this, we are studying regarding introduction of oxidation pond, then classification of oxidation pond and bacterial algal symbiosis. So this is the oxidation pond. It is a shallow body of water. So details is like this. Oxidation ponds are open, large, shallow earthen basins of controlled shape. Means its shape is controlled. They are designed and constructed to treat wastewater through the interaction of sunlight, bacteria and algae. Means these three factors are taking part for the stabilization of wastewater in oxidation pond. It is a low cost biological treatment system in which stabilization of organic material is carried out by bacterial oxidation and photosynthetic reduction by algae. So bacterial oxidation takes place, and second one is the photosynthetic activity of algae. So these two main things due to which the treatment of wastewater takes place in oxidation pond. Next slide. These ponds considered as a completely mixed biological reactor without solids return, means there is no return flow in case of oxidation pond, and it is a completely mixed process. This mixing may be done by providing the aerators, or the mixing may be done by the wind currents. Stabilization ponds provide long detention period for the stabilization of waste under the action of natural forces, wind, heat and the fermentation. Due to low construction and operation cost, this method is widely used in rural area to treat wastewater. Also used for the initial treatment of industrial wastewater, for tertiary treatment of domestic wastewater, etc. So this is the oxidation pond, in which upper portion is under aerobic condition and the bottom portion is under anaerobic condition. Next, classification of oxidation ponds. Oxidation ponds are mainly classified into three. One is aerobic, second anaerobic and third one is the facultative. So depending upon the presence of bacteria in the wastewater or in the oxidation pond, we can classify the ponds into three. Aerobic pond, in which the aerobic bacteria are predominant. In anaerobic pond, the anaerobic bacteria are sufficient in number, while in facultative ponds both aerobic and anaerobic bacteria are present. Next slide. So we are going to study in detail regarding aerobic oxidation pond. Now this pond is also called as algae pond because of the more presence of algae in the pond. So large shallow earthen basin used for the treatment of wastewater by algae and bacteria is called as aerobic pond, and hence these ponds are also called as algae ponds. These ponds are used for treatment of nutrients, or we can say removal of nutrients from the wastewater. So nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfate can be removed by the algae and the bacterial action. Also treatment of soluble organic waste that is BOD, which is present in the wastewater, can be reduced by both algae and the bacteria, and effluents from wastewater treatment plant can be treated in such ponds. Next, this pond contains enormous algae and the bacteria which are in suspension. So whatever the depth of this pond is there, throughout the depth the bacteria and algae remain in suspension. For the treatment of domestic waste, the depth is kept in between 1 to 1.2 meter. Length to width ratio depends upon geometry of the land available for the construction of pond, but this ratio is generally should not exceed 3:1. Dissolved oxygen is maintained throughout the entire depth of this oxidation pond. Oxygen is supplied by the natural surface aeration and by algal photosynthetic activity. Microbial population present inside the pond is similar to that of activated sludge process except the algal blooms. So these are the silent features of the oxidation pond. Next slide. Now bacterial algal symbiosis. So this is very much important as far as your examination is concerned. In the examination they will ask write note on bacterial algal symbiosis, or they may ask what is bacterial algal symbiosis and how it takes place in oxidation pond. So we will study this. Sewage containing organic matter is essential food for the bacteria, which stabilize the organic matter by oxidizing it and release CO2, which is taken up by algae for their growth, and algae produce more oxygen and algal cells that helps in maintaining the aerobic condition inside the pond. So see, in case of oxidation pond, the organic matter is food for the aerobic bacteria. So with the help of oxygen, the bacteria will decompose or oxidize the organic matter, and in this process they will release the CO2, and this CO2 is taken up by the algae, because algae is a plant and for its photosynthetic activity CO2 is required. So CO2 is taken up by the algae, and by this process the more algal are produced and oxygen is released, and due to this aerobic condition is maintained throughout the depth of oxidation pond. Along with algae and bacteria, protozoa and rotifer are also present under certain loading conditions, and these protozoa and rotifers are giving polishing effect to the treated sewage or treated wastewater. Now see, this is one figure. This is the wind currents which are flowing, and due to the wind current the air is coming in contact with this wastewater, and due to that the the oxygen present in the air may get mixed with this wastewater. Now inside this water there is algae. So by photosynthetic activity, with sunlight taken from the sun, the algae starts its photosynthetic activity, and with the photosynthetic activity the algae will release CO2. The algae will release oxygen, and that oxygen is utilized for maintaining the aerobic condition inside this oxidation pond. Another figure is there. These are the bacteria. Organic waste is the food for the bacteria. So in presence of oxygen, the organic matters are stabilized by this bacteria, and in this process CO2 NH3 is released. So out of that CO2 is taken up by this algae. By the photosynthetic activity, the CO2 is taken up by the algae, and by the photosynthetic activity, the new cells are generated and the oxygen is released. And this oxygen is used to maintain the aerobic condition in the oxidation pond. So this particular cycle is called as bacterial algal symbiosis. So this is very much important as far as aerobic ponds are concerned. So this is regarding introductory part of aerobic oxidation pond. So this is sufficient in this lecture. Thank you.